This blog is about one thing: the year-long zombie movie. That's right, I'm thinking 1 year. 1 year where I have school and all this other shit to do, okay? I'm gonna be swamped this year. I'm gonna take the extra time I have and I'm gonna work on a zombie script. Putting together a short little zombie film. Something small, nothing too big, nothing too, like, elaborate. Just a small kind of infection film, kind of. You know, born along the lines of like a David Cronenberg meets like Lucio Fulci and George Romero meets Sam Raimi. A little bit of John Carpenter thrown in. That's, you know, the big fancy way of saying I'm gonna get a bunch of my friends together and make a fucking zombie film because I want to, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. Because, see, first of all, the best horror movie genre is the zombie genre. I mean, you can say yes, there's vampires and there's werewolves and there's all that stuff, which is great. But the absolute best, I mean, the pinnacle horror genre is the zombie genre. And I mean, you can argue that something like the werewolf genre and any shit like that is good, but it only goes so far. See, because the dilemma of the zombie genre is that it's not just dead, but it's your friends, your family, the people you know, the people you love, all dying and then coming back. So not only do you have to deal with the tragedy of death, but then you have to deal with death yourself to people, or at least the carcasses and cadavers, and in essence, the shell of the people who you once knew and loved. Those are the people you have to now kill, or they'll kill you. And that's freaky because I know a lot of people are like, well, I can go through zombie film and I can, you know, just pull a mighty bat, you know, I'll kill a motherfucker with his drumstick. You know, they'll be like, well, bam, I got my weapon, I'll just go to the eye. No, because the truth is that 90% of all zombies you'd meet would be people you knew. And that's freaky because I don't think, well, you could probably drive a stake into like a monster, like a werewolf or like a vampire. You couldn't do it with a zombie. I mean, unless you knew that vampire. But at the same time, vampires, you know, you just go, bam! And they're gone. I mean, yeah, there are exceptions and all, but essentially this is all you need for a vampire. Oh yeah, this, bam! There you go. You know, Van Helsing right there. That's some Van Helsing shit right there. The freakiest thing about zombies, the freakiest thing about any kind of monster like that, is familiarity. It's not the unknown. It's the familiar becoming unknown. And that's why I want to do this. I mean, I want to have a lot of fun making it with my friends, okay? That's going to be awesome. And I'm going to document that. And I'm probably going to drop like $100, $200 at like Halloween shops and stuff, picking up costumes, going down to Goodwill, and, you know, being like, hey, I need some clothes, and then, you know, covering them with blood and stuff. That's going to be awesome. You know, we're going to have a good time. But more than that, it's a chance to explore a genre which I really, I've loved. There's so much about it. There's so much depth in it. I think it's one of the deepest. And I'm gonna be like philosophical bullshit right now, but fucking bear with me, please. I think there is essentially a sociological subcontext to almost every zombie film out there that's worth its weight. Okay, there are a lot of like hack shop zombie films, and I'm sure, you know, like Zombie Strippers, Day of the Dead remake. Those, you know, you can kind of take them and you can kind of be like, oh, bam, and they make good blunt objects for a zombie film, a zombie infestation. But other than that, they're kind of shitty, to tell you the truth. No, they're real shitty. But like Dawn of the Dead, the original. I mean, I like the new one, okay? Gasp, I like the new one. I respect that they did not remake and try to recapture what Romero did, but rather try to do their own thing. I respect that, and I like what they did with it. But the original Dawn of the Dead, I think, is one of the best. Not only is it a good horror film, it's a good movie too. I mean, it's one of the best movies out there. I mean, it manages to surpass this genre to be one of the best films that come out of the 70s. And I think most critics and most viewers would be hard pressed to say otherwise. I'm sure people say, "Oh, I hate that movie," and you know what, they might. It's fine. But I think looking at there's a context and there is a subtext within all those films, especially Romero's films, that replayed and relied on the human condition. And I really respected that. No matter what angle you're going for, serious, comedy, any kind of zombie film, when you respect the human condition, I think you gain a sort of truth. And with that truth, you make a better film. Okay, enough with the philosophical stuff, because I can go on and on about how great and wonderful zombie films are. Because they are. But, I should say a little bit, but, you know, my little plan I've got. Because right now, I'm drafting the script, right? Drafting the script, and you're going to pick up some concepts, getting people involved. It's all going to kind of hopefully come together next summer. I don't see this as like a romantic kind of Shaun of the Dead thing. I see this more as kind of a slice of life gone wrong. You know? Like, if you take what I want the beginning to feel like, I don't want it to be any, like, sort of zombie film that feels like, oh, it's going to be a zombie film, I can't wait for the zombies to come. No, I want it to be like, if you've ever watched From Dusk Till Dawn, you wouldn't know that there were vampires in From Dusk Till Dawn, because it's not until, like, 40 minutes of justice for a sec, or 60 minutes into the film, until they finally appear and, you know, make their whole big entrance. And that's what I kind of want to do with this film. I kind of want to be like, oh, well, we're watching a slice of life kind of film, and all of a sudden, BAM! Zombies. In essence, you know. And really, I want to keep this kind of under wraps as best I can, but kind of keep people going and interested in the plot and stuff. So I'm going to release little tidbits and stuff, and hopefully, you know, get a camera, because it's actually a borrowed camera, so this might be like my last vlog for a little while, just because I need to buy a little YouTube one. I have one, but it's a really sweet camera, actually. It's a really kick-ass camera. Don't get me wrong. Just, the port's all fucked up, so can't really use it. But I will leave you with this little tidbit. The title of the film is going to be called, wait for it, Rejected.